Imagine waking up tomorrow and fuel prices have suddenly doubled. Flights are canceled, food prices surge overnight, and stock markets begin to panic. The reason? A war happening thousands of miles away. Right now, oil prices are exploding, and at the center of it all is the growing conflict between Iran and the United States. In just a short time, oil has surged dramatically, reaching levels that threaten the stability of the global economy. But the real question is, why does a war in the Middle East affect your daily life? And why are oil prices rising so fast even before any full supply collapse has occurred? This isn't just about oil. It's about power, geopolitics, and the fragile system that keeps the modern world running. To understand this, you need to realize that oil is not just fuel, it is the backbone of modern civilization. Every airplane in the sky, every cargo ship crossing oceans, and every truck delivering food relies on oil. Even the products we use daily, plastics, fertilizers, medicines, depend heavily on it. So when oil prices rise, everything becomes more expensive. A small disruption in supply can send shockwaves through the global economy. But what we're facing right now is not a small disruption. It is one of the most dangerous geopolitical flashpoints in the world. Iran is not just another country in the Middle East. It is one of the world's largest oil producers, pumping millions of barrels every single day. But its real power lies in its geography. It sits next to one of the most critical choke points in the world, the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow passage carries about 1/5 of the world's total oil supply. That means a significant portion of global energy flows through a single vulnerable route. If conflict escalates, Iran doesn't need to shut down global supply entirely. It only needs to disrupt this one passage to send shockwaves across global markets. Now imagine what happens when tensions rise. A few oil tankers are attacked, shipping slows down, and insurance costs skyrocket. Even if oil continues to flow, the fear alone is enough to shake markets. Oil traders don't wait for disasters to happen. They react to what might happen. This is why prices can spike even before any actual shortage occurs. The moment risk increases, prices rise. This is known as the geopolitical risk premium, and it plays a huge role in today's oil surge. Markets are forward-looking. They respond to uncertainty, fear, and potential disruption, not just real-time events. But this time, it's not just fear driving prices higher. Real supply disruptions are already beginning to appear. Oil production in key regions is slowing down. Workers are being evacuated from dangerous zones. Infrastructure is under threat. Offshore drilling activity is declining due to rising security risks. So now, the situation is far more dangerous. It's not just expectations pushing prices higher. It's a combination of fear and actual supply constraints. And that combination is exactly what leads to explosive price movements. When oil prices rise, the effects don't stay confined to the energy sector. They spread throughout the entire global economy. Transportation becomes more expensive, which increases shipping costs. Manufacturing costs rise as factories pay more for energy and raw materials. Food prices go up because agriculture depends on fuel and fertilizers derived from oil. Inflation begins to climb as everyday goods become more expensive. Countries that rely heavily on imported oil, especially across Asia, are hit the hardest. They face rising import bills, weakening currencies, and slowing economic growth. This is why oil shocks have historically triggered global recessions. At the same time, financial markets are starting to show signs of stress. Consumers are already feeling the pressure of rising fuel prices, and confidence is beginning to drop. Spending slows down and businesses become more cautious. Economists are warning that if oil prices continue to rise, central banks may be forced to keep interest rates higher for longer. That means borrowing becomes more expensive, economic growth slows, and the risk of a recession increases. The ripple effects of rising oil prices are far-reaching, touching every aspect of the global economy. So how bad could this situation get? In a worst-case scenario, the conflict could escalate further, leading to a complete disruption of the Strait of Hormuz. Major oil infrastructure could be damaged or destroyed, and global supply could drop dramatically. If that happens, oil prices could surge to extreme levels, potentially reaching $150 or even $200 per barrel. Such a spike would trigger a global inflation shock, financial market instability, and widespread economic disruption. Some regions could even face fuel shortages or rationing. This isn't just speculation, it's a scenario that analysts and governments are actively preparing for. Looking ahead, there are only two possible paths. If tensions ease and the situation stabilizes, oil prices could fall quickly as fear disappears from the market. But if the conflict intensifies, prices could continue to rise, pushing the global economy closer to a crisis. For now, uncertainty remains the dominant force, and markets will continue to react to every new development. So, the next time you see fuel prices rising, remember that it's not just about oil. It's about geopolitics, global power, and the interconnected nature of our world. A conflict in one region can ripple across continents, affecting economies, industries, and everyday lives. And right now, the Iran-US conflict is doing exactly that, reshaping the global financial landscape in real time.